Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Weekly Crop. Now, if you are a live streamer of any type, whether you're a gamer, a vlogger, an instructor, or perhaps you do some live presentations like you're a lecturer, for example, well, Roland just released a brand new switcher that really makes everything so much easier, and that is this guy, the VR-1HD. More and more, there is a move globally towards live streaming, and the VR-1HD allows you to bring the quality of posted and edited content to a live webcast, all controllable by a single host and director. What makes this switcher so unique is that it's really built around a simple single user design, but its features are anything but basic. So let me walk you through what this switcher can do. Okay, so first let's talk about the ports. Now, the switcher features 3 HDMI in ports, but the important thing to know about this is that they are no hassle HDMI ports. Now, typically with switchers, what you have to do is you have to go into the settings and tell each port what the source is going to be, whether it's going to be a camera or a computer, and what frame rates it's going to be and what resolutions, but this will interpret all of that automatically. So you can plug in your gaming console, you can plug in your computer or a camera, and it's going to automatically read and adjust those settings. And the second most important thing is the fact that the third port actually has a through that is latency free, which means that if, for example, you're a gamer, you're having your game console go into this and then back out to your own personal monitor, it is latency free, which means that there is no delay to cost you the game. Now let's talk about audio with this product. The VR-1HD features 2 balanced line ins, so basically 2 XLR ins, and you're going to notice that one of them is placed on the top deck of the switcher, and the reason for that is if you are indeed the performer and the director, well then you can actually place a gooseneck microphone right here and have the deck right in front of you and just simply speak right into the microphone without any additional rigging that could get in the way and can make it messy. And so it really streamlines and cleans up your sort of active surface area here. Now, if you are mixing your audio separate, so you got somebody else controlling a wide range of different audio levels from different sources, now you can put that mixed feed directly into the RCA here, and you are the one just controlling sort of the main level with the faders here. The third audio feature that this has, which is sort of a combination feature, which is really cool, is that it can listen to where the audio is coming from and do some active predictive switching based on where that audio is coming from. So the clearest example that I can think of is sort of a 3-camera setup. So I'm the host and I'm interviewing somebody across the table from me, and I've got a camera on me, camera on them, and then we've got a 2-shot camera as well. And it will hear my voice, switch to me, hear their voice, switch to them, and then if we're both talking at the same time, it'll switch to the 2-shot, or if it's a really awkward interview and neither of us are saying anything, it will still switch to the 2-shot so you can watch us be awkward. Needless to say, it's a really, really cool feature, and can really help you just sort of take your brain off of, having to think about switching and just get into the conversation, which is great for vloggers and for interviewers. Now let's talk about switching, because switching on this is, again, as easy as you'd think it would be. You've got 3 paths to switch from, 1, 2, 3, but you also got a whole set of scene settings here, and this is really also really popular with folks on Twitch, for example. If you're a gamer, you can do a lot of different picture-in-picture stuff. So you can, for example, have the main feed go out being, the game you're playing, and then have you placed in the sort of top corner. But in addition to that, you aren't really limited to whatever size they give you. You can go into the settings and actually customize each one of these scenes to be basically the width and height that you want it to be. So a lot of really great customizable settings within the switching department. All right, going back to audio for a second, and now if you look at the audio faders, right above them, there are 4 custom sort of hot buttons, and they do a variety of things. The first one steals from Roland's own technology, which is their voice transformer technology, and they've put it into this console. Here they call it the voice changer, and what it does is allows you to change a lot of the parameters around the sound of your voice. So if I'm a male, I can change it to sound like a female, and vice versa. I can also change it to a host of other things like a robot, a monster, and whatever else you want, and you can do that for each individual channel as well, which is great. Now, the application for that obviously is limited only to your creativity, but one of the more common ones, for example, if you're on Twitch and you're a gamer, for example, then you can change your voice to emulate the sound of the character you want to represent. So a very cool feature there. Now, number 2 and 3 allow you to basically attach those buttons to a sound effect or music. So, for example, if you've got a theme song, an opening sequence or closing sequence, or some sort of sound effects that you want to have, then just by simply pressing that button, it will start that sound effect or start that music, so which is really great there. And then last but not least, number 4 is reverb. So primarily for those musicians or singers out there to give you some reverb without having to patch in a separate reverb module or things like that. So a really instant feature there, and that's some really great things implemented for the audio. The really great thing about this switcher is not just that it's like super easy to use, but that it's basically plug and play. So if you want to start webcasting or you want to increase the quality of your webcasting, well then all you really need is a desktop or a laptop that accepts a webcam. Because when you run the data cable from the switcher to your USB port, it just recognizes it simply as a webcam. And so you can add all the production value this has without really changing anything in your computer. No additional software needed. So you can immediately hop on Skype or WebEx or Facebook Live or YouTube or Twitch or whatever and immediately start streaming from the second you plug this in, basically. Now, if you aren't going to be live streaming, but for example, you're going to be doing a presentation, well then, of course, you can multi-switch throughout your presentation from slides to video to all sorts of different things. But what you can also do is with the USB out is you can record to a USB drive, which is great because you don't have to now take all that footage that you acquired during your presentation and try to re-edit it or edit it in. It's already edited and done for you. And the same, of course, is true with your live stream. If it's not being captured on the end of where people are viewing it, for example, like on YouTube, well, then you can capture that whole live stream right in here, and then you can upload that at a later date or archive it. So overall, this is an incredible device. If you want to find out more about the VR-1HD, well, please get a hold of us here at VizTech. Give us a call at one of our stores or visit us online at viztech.ca. And as always, thanks so much for watching, guys, and take care. Happy shooting.